Hi guys, I'm back for another Conquest Academy interview. Today I've got a very special guest. It's AFC Wimbledon pro Paul Kalambayi. How are you keeping, mate?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very well. Let's throw you straight back to when you were a kid. What are your
Yeah.
first memories of football?
Well, when I was a kid, I was playing for Brentford Academy. So literally, it was just enjoying football and seeing your mates. And at the time, it's like the best thing you could have. So I was just enjoying my football.
Obviously, you went from playing in the Brentford Academy as a striker, and then when the academy obviously got wound up and you got released. How was that? That must have been quite a big blow for you.
Yeah, and halfway through under 16s, we knew they was going to shut the academy down. So they let a lot of players go as they couldn't carry it on and keep everyone. So I was left without a team, and I was a striker at the time. But within that, I was playing for inner London County, and I used to play centre mid or centre back for them. And I was playing for South London District team at centre half. And I just thought to myself, everyone told me I'm a better defender. Well, I can defend. So at the time I was a striker, and I kept coming back and defend. So I just decided to switch, and luckily it turned out well. It took me quite a while to learn the trait fully. I'm still learning now, but I made that transition and it turned out for the better. As soon as I turned into centre half, I left Brentford, went Millwall on trial, played against other clubs. All those clubs knew I was on trial, so they kept getting in contact with me. From then, I went to Crystal Palace on trial. That's when Wimbledon saw me. Mark Robinson called me, was like, "We'll give you a contract straight away. You don't have to trial." So everything went from there. I told him what happened at the academy, explained everything to him. He told me, "Are you sure he was a striker?" I was like, "Yeah." Until this day, still debates about it. But yeah, so I was literally left with nothing, and I had to work again because at Brentford I had everything. Like the minibus used to pick me up from home, so I literally came into reality and was like, "Okay, cool. This is football. This is how life is." So I had to start working hard and trying to get back into academy. So thankfully, Wimbledon picked me up, and everything went forward from there.
Was it quite daunting? Because I can imagine it must have been a big decision to totally change positions. It wasn't like you'd gone from being a striker to a 10 where it's similar traits, similar roles. It's like a massive difference. Did you find it quite difficult to begin with?
At the start, I didn't because in academy football, I was tall. So being taller and slightly stronger than most players, I could always win 1v1 battles and win headers and dominate them. Um, when he got toward 23s and close to the first team, that's when you need to start learning, okay, cool, you have to start being smarter and learning how to defend. So at the start, it wasn't so bad, but midway through, getting closer to the first team, that's when you start seeing the differences in real defending and what I was doing in the academy was sort of just literally trying to bully everyone else. Um, so yeah, within that, Mark Robinson and Alan Reeves, who was the 23 manager at the time, literally helped me out. We used to have one-on-one sessions. I could feel myself getting better every Tuesday. That's when we had the 23 games. I'm like, I'm getting better every week. I'm becoming a better defender every week. So that I still had to learn, and I'm still learning the traits. But adapting was harder when you get close to the first team.
I think a lot of young players say that, especially goalkeepers and defenders, because to step up from youth football, which no disrespect, but it's a massive jump to play in professional adult football. It's like they always say, when if you make one little mistake, it leads to a goal. So you have to learn quickly.
Yeah,
It's,
no, it's true. It is true. Like in youth team, I did get taught some lessons because I used to take the boy, try to drive up on the back and go for the whole team. Mark Robertson sat me out for 2 games. Like, you need to learn how to be a defender. Those 2 games made a big difference because from that I knew, okay, cool, I need to skate and pass it. My job is to defend first, and then the rest is a bonus. So yeah, I did get to learn that throughout the years, and thankfully it has helped me.
obviously, you're represented by Conquest now. How did that all come about?
Um, Connor is a good agent for Toby. So I was speaking to Toby about it, and it was like, oh, I'm like, my agent's good. So I was like, is it? It's like, yeah. So I was like, cool, we'll have a chat. So I had a chat with Connor, but before Connor, there was so many agents speaking to me. I heard all sorts of stories, and they're selling you the world and everything, but I'm not interested in hearing stories. I want to think my agent has to be as good as me. So for me, if I'm putting in the hard work and running and doing extras, they should be doing something too. If I'm playing on the pitch and performing, they should be doing something too. So Connor, literally, the way he spoke, I could see, okay, cool, this guy is not like the others. And he's not just talking, because he didn't say, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that for you, I'm going to do this for you. No, he's like, the work you put in, that's the more I can do. The more you put in and the better you play, the more I can do. So from then, I just knew, okay, cool, I'm going to work with this guy. And our relationship been good since. So yeah, that's how it came about.
How beneficial have you found it since you've come on board with them?
I found it really beneficial because he's got good communication with my club, good communication with me. He speaks to me about just normal things, so we've got a normal relationship. Like, there isn't much I can say he's doing wrong. Like, there's nothing he's doing wrong, basically.
Connor's very open about the fact he thinks you're destined for great things and you're going to go straight to the top. Is that quite a big motivational thing for you, or do you find it a little bit daunting because of the pressure?
There's always pressure when you're playing football, from the fans, from the manager. There's always pressure, but within yourself, you always want to play at the highest level possible. So for me, I do want to play higher. I'm at Wimbledon now, and I like Wimbledon. I like playing for Wimbledon. But the aim is always to look to moving forward in the future and playing higher. Like right now, my focus is literally just playing at Wimbledon week in, week out. I give everything for the fans, the club, week in, week out. Anything in the future that comes up then can be dealt with. So I do see myself going higher. And that's not just words. Like, I'll put in the hard work. I do listen. I do want to learn, especially from others. I'm always watching back at Wimbledon when we had Paul Robinson, centre half. I used to watch this guy play, and I was used to analyse the things he was doing, how much of a leader he was, his presence on the pitch. We had Carly Osborne as well. I used to watch these guys in the change room and how they are. I'm like, cool, so these guys playing the champ, and this is how they behave. This is the skills that they have, the assets, the leaders, the lead on the pitch, off the pitch. So looking at guys like that, you get an idea that, yeah, you can get there. They've been there, so you can play there. So, yeah.
As a young player, it's so important and so beneficial to have those really experienced pros around you, isn't it? It just helps you learn.
No, it is. It's true. It's true. There's a lot of things you learn from the older senior pros. So many. Even in training, like, they just keep your standards down. So in a key ball, I can give the ball away. They're like, "Come on, Paul." You're like, "Okay, cool." Even though it's training, you got to be on it, because train how you play how you train. So if you're having a poor training session, thinking I'm going to be all right in the game, it's not going to happen. So you're going to want to improve every day. So yeah, it does help.
What sort of message would you give to any aspiring young players, like teenagers and stuff, trying to get into football?
Work hard. It's literally that. Work hard. Because it starts off as fun. It is fun until it becomes a job. I'm fortunate that it's my job. But it is fun. Literally, keep that mentality of having fun and wanting to improve. And that's the easiest way to go about it. Don't think anything else. Just, I want to play football. I want to be happy. That's it.
Obviously, you have your pro debut, and I imagine that's quite a big moment, proud moment for you and your family. Let's go back to that a little bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. New manager came in. He's been with us for, I'll say, about a month. I've been on the bench a couple of times. I've been training well. On a Friday, I was in the gym thinking, I'm just going to be in the squad or be 19th man. So let me just do a bit. So then the sports scientist comes up to me. It's like, make sure you don't do too much, because you never know what the squad's going to be tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. So I just did a little bit of core, a little bit of uppers, and then went home. On the day as well, I had no clue. Like, had no clue. We woke up in the morning, we had breakfast, lunch, pre-match. I had no clue what's happening. So we sat in the meeting room. I sat there at the front, just looking at the board. Then I see my name. I'm like, what? I looked at my mate on the route. I'm like, wait, what? He looked at me. And I was just like, I couldn't stop smiling. Like, that was the first thing that came up. I was excited for the occasion. So and he came up and spoke to me. He's like, look, I asked Jason, who was a sports scientist, I can trust you to cope physically. So I was like, yeah, I can cope. Thank you for the opportunity. And it's like, no worries, just go on the pitch and give your best. Coming out of Portsmouth in front of 18,000 fans, all those noise, I couldn't believe. I was so excited. Like, the only thing I was going through my mind was to show what I can do, and it's an opportunity. And I've never had that feeling of coming out and the fans, and you're like, cool, I'm here now. Like, I've been seeing it, but now I'm here, so I got to perform. So yeah, I think we lost 1-0 or 2-1, but I had a good game, and from then onward, everything just picked up. Trust everything for the next game. Then the run went on.
Yeah, I was just about to get on to that. Obviously, you had the great escape. You look, respectfully speaking, looked dead and buried at one stage, but went on an incredible run and then stayed up at the end. How difficult that was that for you?
At first, I wasn't aware of what we did. Some senior players would come up to me, it's like, do you realise what we just done? I'm like, yeah, we're avoiding relegation. What? It's like, no, you don't understand. We was 10 points adrift. So for me, and my mentality and the way I wouldn't say, well, not brought up, but taught from 23 to the first team is, you keep a clean sheet, you have the best chance of winning. So me, Will Nightingale and Terrell Thomas, so we used to always think, listen, we're going to keep a clean sheet every game. Keep a clean sheet, keep a clean sheet. Don't rely on strikers. You just keep a clean sheet, then you give yourself the best chance to win. So we went on a run of about 5 clean sheets in a row, and we were like, we can do this. And then we had a little downfall, lost couple games. And the 2 big moments was 3 games left against Luton. We conceded, and then we were just thinking, nah, it can't be. Then we get a last minute equaliser. Then we was like, we can do it. Bradford, 0-0 half time. I sat there in the change room, and Wally Downs came up to me, and Will and Terrell Thomas was like, you 3, you keep a clean sheet, you keep us up. Instantly, my mentality just changed. I just rose up. I was like, we're going to do this. Like, I'm going to keep a clean sheet today. I have to keep a clean sheet today. And that's it. We went on that game, kept a clean sheet. When I say it was literally a tabby defence, they were throwing everything at us. They literally wanted to drag us down with them. They were throwing everything at us. I've never defended so much in my life. So once the final whistle went and seeing all the fans run on the pitch, it's like the best feeling. Literally, that is better than my debut, 100%. Then you realise, okay, we kept the club up. We saved people's jobs. Like, we've done this, and everyone doubted us. We was 10 points adrift. I'm thinking 10 was adrift. Yeah, they're gone. And we managed to bring it back. So for me, that's the best moment.
The worst thing for a footballer is, especially as a young footballer, is getting an injury, because you're making your mark, you're getting on a good run, and then you get hurt. You don't know what's going to happen in terms of your position and stuff. How frustrating was it for you when you got injured?
Yeah, it was really frustrating. It was before Doncaster at home, and I was going to start literally in the keeper. My foot got caught on the grass, and I could feel myself falling and heard the snap, and I just knew this wasn't good. Try to carry on playing, but it didn't happen. The hardest thing was mentally not to overthink anything. So I was trying to spend about a week just trying to play video games, not think about football, and I couldn't help myself but think I could have been playing. So coming back was the biggest challenge I've had, because I'm strong mentally, but I had to push myself to a different level. I went St. George's training camp for 4 or 5 days with the PFA, and I was having 3 sessions a day, and I'm like, I could feel myself I'm not there. I was telling him, look, I'm not there yet. He's like, don't worry, you'll get up to pace. So within the 4th day, I could feel myself getting back. And every day in the change room, I'll be seeing the players going training. That's what hurts the most, like seeing everyone train and then going to watch matches, and you're just sitting there, there's nothing you can do about it. Those are the most challenging things because you want to be there, but you physically can't. So it took me a while to get back after all the sessions I've done with the sports scientists and the physios. Coming back, I've been doing extras, working on my fitness, trying to get back into the team. Just before I nearly reached that fitness level, the pandemic happened. And then for me, I'm thinking, surely if the season's over, then I haven't done anything. Like, I didn't have an impact on the team or anything. But then hopefully we go back and I'm fit. I've been doing a lot of training sessions and give myself the best chance to get back in the team.
How have you found lockdown and stuff? Because it looks like restrictions will be eased a little bit, but it must be quite difficult because as a footballer, you're used to training in a team environment, but you've got to do everything on your own. Is it quite difficult to get yourself up for it?
Nah, not for me. Lockdown for me has helped me because I needed to do extra. And this time has given me so much time to work on my fitness. I spoke to the sports scientist, Chris, at Wimbledon. I told him, look, send me more than the usual. I want to do more. I want to get up to pace quicker. So I've been doing more, sending in my data, sending in my stats. I'm getting up to pace. For me, training by myself is all right unless I'm doing something like heading or passing with no one. But I've been passing with the wall and everything, just literally improvising. Fitness-wise, I've been doing loads and I feel quite fit. To be fair, I think I'm in that peakest physical state. I was speaking to my mate, I was like, yeah, this is the hardest I've gone. It's because in my head, I'm thinking I've been injured. I've got to make up for it. So I made up for it. My dad's calling it the equalizer.
Talking about your dad and going on to family a little bit, I think it's something people don't see because families, especially when you're younger, such a good support network. They make so many sacrifices just like silly things like get you to games, get you to training. How big of a motivation are they and how much of an impact have they had on you?
Nah, yeah, my dad done a lot for me and still does. My dad used to take me to my games throughout the whole academy years. At Brentford, he used to drive me to my games, sometimes leave work just to take me to my games when I was even younger. Within a period of time, I didn't have an agent. My dad was basically my agent. He sorted out my last contract with Wimbledon. So he plays a big role in my football. I spoke to Connor already and told him, look, like I trust my dad. He knows about football as well. So he's spoken to Wimbledon a couple of times. They know who he is. So for me, family is important. And get home, I got my little siblings. I look after them. My mates even call me dad for that. I always want to see them. But yeah, for me, family is important.
Obviously, you play at Wimbledon. We all know that it's a club with loads of history. Obviously, they play at Kingsmeadow now, but there's the prospect of going back to Plough Lane and playing at their spiritual home. How big would that be for you because of what's the history of the club?
That would be huge for me because not only I want it to happen, but it's also because I said it will happen. I'm not sure if like you can find out what, but I was like, my biggest dream playing for Wimbledon would be walking out at Plough Lane, and that's close to happening. And I'm not sure when I said it in the interview, but yeah, for me, the history of the club touched me. So when I get on the pitch, especially last year, was literally they don't deserve to go down. They came a long way. They came a long way to get to League One. They don't deserve to go down. I don't want to be a part of a group that's going to be the reason why the club went backward. We need to keep moving forward. The fans deserve more than that. Their support and the energy they give us and the messages, the encouragement. it's too much for them to suffer defeat in that way. So the least we could do for them was keep them up. So that was one of the main reasons why we was all playing, to make sure the fans stay happy, because they deserve it. They've given everything to the club. Even now for the new stadium, they're putting so much effort into it. They put so much effort into it and sacrificed so much just so we could go back to a stadium that we had. So the history of the club touched me. That's one of the reasons why I give everything on the pitch for the club. Obviously, players, you play for your manager, you play for the fans, some play for other reasons, but my main reason is to win, keep a clean sheet, but mainly to make sure we don't lose and the fans are happy.
Paul, just to finish off, we'll do some quick fire questions. Say the first thing that comes into your head. My favourite one is the first one. What's your favourite cheat meal?
My favourite what, sorry?
Your favourite cheat meal?
Cheat meal?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be hard, but I'm a wing man, so I'll say chicken wings.
Oh, I love buffalo wings. Top shout. Who's your football idol and why?
For me, there's a lot, but if there's one guy, I'm not going to say Cristiano Ronaldo. They're just gone, but there's one guy, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's just a leader, a character. Like, the thing, I was watching the story and it's like, he told Arsene Wenger, I don't want to go on trial. That's Arsenal you're talking about, you don't want to go on trial. So his character and everything, like, this animal that he is, I'll say is him.
If you could have any superpower, which one would you pick?
I'll say teleport.
Who's the best player
Literally.
you've played with?
Pardon?
Who's the best player you've played with?
Best player I've played with? I've got to say Lau Taylor.
Oh, he's been bangs them in for fun, doesn't he? And then last one, if there was a film about your life, which actor would you like to play you?
Film about my life. I know the guy, don't even know his name. I'll just say Will Smith.
He's a very popular one. Paul, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Inspirational story. I really hope you do get back on the pitch this season after everything you've gone through with the injury.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, mate. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.